Hi team. I wanted to show you an app that I developed using Google AI Studio. Um, a, Google AI Studio is a tool with AI that can help you build any type of apps. The main idea is that you start with the base prompt and start building your app the way you want it. Right now, I built this app for translations particularly. So this app, what it's going to do is going to have three modes. The first mode is the audit mode. The second mode is the translation mode. And the third mode is the search and replace. Let me show you the audit mode. In the audit mode is the first thing is going to tell you what it does. So it compares English Help Center articles with current Spanish version to confirm parity. Then it generates a parity safety update and a detailed change report. So the first thing that we're going to do is in the English source, we're going to add the source. What I've been doing is adding the source directly from the Help Center. So I go to the Help Center, select the article that I'm going to audit, paste everything. Now go to the Spanish one that is published as well. Click the Spanish one. And let's say, for example, I'm not going to incorporate this last section. So it knows that it has a big error as well. So I just copy this section and let me go back to the app. You click on the current Spanish. The cool thing is it already has a glossary that we have made. So it knows what it looks for. It also has a couple of rules in Spanish and some of the prompts that I've been using for creating translations, but you can also add extra glossary or extra rules in here. Let's say, for example, I want to say, always use usted formal and no inventar. It means don't no add anything else. Some ignore list because sometimes when I copy from the help center, it copies some of the English sports, so I want them to ignore that list as well. So the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna click on detect changes and it's gonna start doing its magic. Now, this is a free version that I'm using for Google AI Studio. So it uses the light version of Gemini. So it takes a little bit longer. Sometimes the results are not completely the same, but I'm trying to perfection it. So I think I built this app like in I've been working on this over 10 days and fixing prompts, fixing the layout, the colors, the modes that I wanted, the prompts for each button, what it does, the view, how I want this to see. So in the first findings is going to show you the verdict, the severity of the changes, and what I found. So the translation contains factually inaccurate about content setup, blah blah blah, and the rest and what it needs to be changed. So it's going to give you the section what is missing or is different exactly in English where it says something, the Spanish that is missing, and the action. So that is the first step. The second step is I can click on update ES for parity. So it means that it's going to use what it found and is going to apply it to the current article that we have. It is going to show us um, the sections that we need to remove and the words that we need to add. to make it completely accurate to the English version. So as you see, you have four tabs here. So the first one is the findings. The second one is the Spanish updated. So right now is going to show you what needs to be deleted and what needs to be added to be 100% accurate with the Spanish. Plus the section that we were missing at the bottom. The prompt also has some improvements, some light improvements depending on the tone and the prompts that I given. That's why you see some another corrections. Then as a humans, we need to see if those corrections are really what we want, or we're going to leave the article as the same. We can click here and it's going to give you the copy, a clean copy, where you can copy this with all the changes that it did. Now, if I click Improve ES, it has an additional prompt that I've created to make it better. Because sometimes in English, when you write in English, and if you literally translate, it doesn't mean the same. It doesn't have the same information or the same meaning in Spanish. So what is improving is improving the flow, reordering some of the sentences, using better words to accomplish the same thing. So in this improved result is going to use the Spanish updated, the clean version is going to use this version, and is going to improve it even more using better words, simple words for our readers. So it's going to pair what the English says, but with a little bit of extra human touch to make sure that every pro understands what they're reading. So this is the first step. This is all the three things that it does. And it also has a clean version where I can click here and it's going to give me the clean version with all the changes that this is doing. So this is the first one. If we go to translate mode, if we go to the translate mode, is going to have the option where I can add the English source. Let's say, for example, I need to I have a new article that is this one. Let's do it to here. This article has never been, let's say, for example, this article has never been translated. I add it here on the source. It also is pulling from the glossary. It has all the rules that I use for prompting, the ignore list, and I'm going to click on translate now. So it's going to create a clean translation of the text that I put it in there. And also has the same button for improve. So the first translation is going to be a good translation, but some, like I said before, sometimes some words don't mean the same in Spanish or in English, or some phrases mean something a little bit different and you can reword them a little bit different. So you click on improve ES and it's going to improve it the same as we did it with the audit mode. So that's perfect, because now we have a clean version with new updates, and as us as humans, it's our turn to make sure everything is correct, everything is paired with the English, and we need to make sure that the new changes that the improved ES is doing is making things better. Like in this instance, sometimes it's translating the UI buttons that we have and giving the translation in parentheses with the semicolons. It's changing words, sentences, to make the pros understand better every single thing that we mean in English. And of course, you can click on clean version and you can copy. And the last thing we created, that I created, is the search and replace. The search and replace uses a document that I have with all the Help Center articles in Spanish. So what I'm doing is I'm copying manually all the articles from the Help Center into a master book. On each single article, I have a tab, and the app is pulling data from there. So let's say, for example, we need to change the word prospectus, that is leads in Spanish, but let's say we want to change it to clientes potenciales, because that is another word that we can use for leads in Spanish. We click search and replace, and what it's going to do is going to pull the information from that data, is going to use AI to know where it needs to go, where it needs to place, and where it needs to be replaced. So it's going to give me the articles and the exact locations where I need to replace those terms. So it's going to improve the search and results. The only thing that we need to do is to make sure that I continually update every single article every time that I make a change in the Help Center. Like I said, it takes a little bit longer because this is the free version and it's pulling from Gemini Lite. So as soon as we get the results, we're going to see a column on the left with the articles that were affected and how were they affected. So if I click here, it's going to show me the articles that were affected in the particular place where it was affected. So let's say, for example, this is the original and this is the updated. The update is going to show me where it needs to replace those particular terms. I'm still working on some of the things for the view to make sure that it has a better format here so you can read better the articles, but that is on the way. This is the second one, the third one, and the fourth one. So it's pulling everything from there. So it's making sure that we need to replace what is need to replace. And that's it for today. I'm going to keep improving the app every week. And if I get new updates, I'll let you guys know. But this is for now. Thank you.